Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about yesterday's game. Yesterday I put up on a post on the channel, but I have to talk about West Ham 1, Crystal Palace 1. There was a lot to get off my chest and I wasn't really in the mood to do it yesterday. I've got a day off today, because I'm sorting some stuff out at home. But let's talk about West Ham 1, Crystal Palace 1. As always, guys, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor, 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website. But as you can see from the icon that's up here, there's also retro Palace gear in there as well, along with track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts, so go check those out, made by Admiral and Umbro. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commissions that the channel would normally be getting, as I always say, I'll be sending on to these guys here, Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter, as they're currently supporting 39 separate food banks as of the time of this recording. So guys, go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt. You'll be saving yourself a few quid in comparison to your club shop, or go get yourself a very nice track jacket, sweatshirt, whatever you want to do, and you'll be helping those that are less fortunate than you and I. So let's talk about the starting 11. The players themselves, 95% of what should have happened has happened. Areola in goal, with the back four of Soufal, Agued, Mavropanos and Emerson. Alvarez and Ward-Prowse in the defensive midfield position, strike number 1 as far as I'm concerned, with Kudus, Souček and Paquetá in the midfield, strike number 2, with Bowen up front. Now, as I say, starting 11, squad that we would easily been able to predict. Formation, that's where the strikes are coming from as far as I'm concerned. In my preview, I did a bastardised 4-1-4-1 formation, which has been brilliant for us since the start of the season. But for the last few games, David Moyes is reverting back to a 4-2-3-1, and it's not working. It's just, there's something about it that's just not working. Paquetá should not be out on the wing in any shape or form. I'm not saying Ward-Prowse should be. He hasn't got the pace. This is why we need a Ben Rama or Cornet or etc. there. But other than that, I thought it was the right lineup. I really did. You know, I panicked a little bit. You know, just seeing, even though Palace had a relatively diminished squad, they still had the likes of Johnson in goal, which, by the way, we'll talk about the goal that was scored, which is exactly as predicted in the preview. You know, they still had Gueye at the back, Richards, Lerner, Elise, Edouard, Ayew, Elise. You know, it's not that depleted. It wasn't that depleted. We were very fortunate that both sides didn't exactly go for it from one point of view. You know, Palace was stuttering for a fair amount of that game, and I understand the reasons behind it. Now, I know this is a cliche, guys, and I apologise for keep repeating it, but they've had no European football. We have, and the majority of those players were playing in Europe in the week. So we're going to get that. That's going to be, but I'm not saying it's an excuse in any shape or reason, I should say. I'm all using it as an excuse. It's just that's half the issue, is the fact that David Moyes isn't rotating enough as far as I'm concerned. But let's talk about the goal itself. As usual, a beautiful run from Soufal. Not the best of balls up to Mohamed Kudus. Sam Johnson gets his finger on the ball, so it should have been prevented, but it wasn't, and we're 1-0 up in 13 minutes. Brilliant from that point of view. Absolutely loved it. I do personally think that, you know, if you're watching it on the telly, which I'm sure some of you guys did, that it probably looked quite an entertaining game from the first, from that point of view, especially if you're a neutral. You know, it was end-to-end football. There was tackles and fights going on in midfield. You know, and we went in 1-0 up at the break. I was happy with that. I'm sure a lot of people were happy with that. You know, there was question marks about certain players' performances again, but at the same point, 1-0 up at half time against Palace. You know, a very well taken goal from Kudus. I say goalkeeper mistake. Let's not take anything away from Kudus. Goalkeeper mistake. Second half comes out. Within a minute or so, Kudus is ruled as offside because Thomas Souček is apparently interfering with play. I don't believe that's true in any shape or form. One of the reasons why I wait till today to do this video is because I wanted to watch the highlights, not the crap that Sky Sports put up after the game, because they completely wiped out the issue when it came to Kudus' goal being offside. They didn't show it at all. So I watched the better highlights. No match of the day, just what the West Ham channel put up, and yeah, we should have been 2-0 up, 100%. At the same point, though, just going back to the first half, Palace had a good couple of chances that went wide. So yeah, I do think overall the point is justified from that point of view. But I'll come on to the Edouard goal on the 53rd minute in a minute. Well, actually, no, let's talk about it now. I know a lot of people have been giving Mavropanos stick, saying he's not good enough. I've really, really tried to stay away from social media prior to doing this video, because I don't like to have my opinions tainted in any shape or form. But this is conversation, because in the second half of the game, I sat with Bill from Garage Football. You know, he's been on a couple of times. He's a good mate of mine and a good mate of the channel. I went sat next to him and watched it from his view. Beautiful view that he's got up there. I really want to have my season ticket up there next season. Not necessarily next to Bill, which I'm sure he'll be happy about. But yeah, I do. It would be nice to have it. Get that better perspective, because you see it more. You see the tactics available in the higher in the upper stands in comparison to what you do at the low. You know, in the lower tiers. You know, it's good. But anyway, that's by the by. We'll talk about that another time. But yeah, Mavropanos gives the ball away. It's a sloppy pass right into he's trying to pass it to what looks like Alvarez from what I've seen on the highlights. I was able to see it during the game. But Edouard absolutely pounces on it. Great ball. Absolutely great great goal from him, I should say. Great goal. Really good. One of the reasons, I'm guessing, why we've been tracking him for a little while in terms of interest, as it's been reported. But so 1-1. And the annoying thing is, I said to Bill at half time that the second half is going to be following. I wish we could have recorded it live. Really do. Because I said it's going to go one of two ways, or one of each way, I should say, for the teams. I said that Hodgson's going to make Palace go for it. They kind of did. But Moyes is going to sit back and defend the lead, which he did. But he didn't at the same point. Literally as I said to Bill, something's got to change. Palace made their substitutions. If we can see this, I mean, literally, the first player, whoever it was the substitution, was literally, I didn't even see it. It was literally within about 15-20 seconds of me saying something has to change. The announcement went up that there's a Palace substitution. If we can see this as fans, how can David Moyes not? Guys, you know how much I love David Moyes. I really, really do. But as I always say, if you're going to compliment people, you should have the license to criticise them at the same point. Okay, I do think Moyes got this wrong. Really, really got this wrong in terms of not making the right substitutions, not making them quick enough. I mean, why bring on two? I mean, if I remember correctly, it was Fornals? No, I think it was just one actually, wasn't it? If I remember correctly, let me just double check the substitutions. Yeah, one Fornals for Alvarez, and that was it. Absolutely what? No, I mean, I can understand the reasons why keeping Suchik on, because he's not, and he came very close, by the way, as did Bowen at the end of the game, to get us the winner. You know, great header right at the death, good ball from Fornals, to be fair. But at the same point, bring Mubama on. 10-15 minutes to go. What harm can it do? Bring on a striker. Go for the win. The old school West Ham fan in me, the one that's been there since day dot, yeah, is thinking it's a draw, it's fine. And it is. You know, we're still ninth in the table. We're 5 points, was it 8 points away from fourth, 5 points away from sixth or fifth at the time of this, basically when I last looked at the table anyway. You know, Man City, Spurs, draw. Bournemouth, Villa, draw. Table's kept us in a good position, and this is one of the reasons why people do say that the table lies. We're not playing good football. I've said it many, many times. I've said it also said many, many times that I do feel that David Moyes has hit his glass ceiling with us. I said it with the majority of last season. Even, you know, I still maintain it. I do think this is the highest that Moyes can take us. You know, there's question marks about our midfield defensive mind as well. There's certainly question marks about why there's one of the best managers in the league who's a very defensive minded manager is one of the reasons why. Sorry, let me rephrase that. There's big questions around why the most defensive manager in the league is in charge of a team that keeps conceding goals. I don't think it's purely a personnel problem. I really don't. It's a combination of three things, as we've spoken about many times: Moyes' tactics, the application of the players, and the inability to communicate. That's a lot at the minute. There's a hell of a lot that needs to be fixed, and I do think that's the reason why there's no conversation about David Moyes' contract. It probably will be in the next month or so. You know, because literally in 28 days, it's the new year. So I'm sure there'll be conversations in the background about the manager appointment for next season, if there is one, or there may be one. We don't know. But guys, thank you very, very much for your time. Put your comments in the comments section below. Let me know your thoughts on this. Before I go, I do want to say to you guys, we've had 2,000 people watch this channel over the last 4 weeks. Thank you to everybody. 72% of you aren't subscribed. That's 1,440 people. And we had 9 people subscribe over that period of time. Come on, guys. This is free. Like this video if you've enjoyed it, because the more likes this gets, the algorithm picks up that people are enjoying it, and therefore more advertising it gets on YouTube. This channel used to get a hell of a lot of views. The content stayed exactly the same. You could actually argue, I do feel that in terms of video editing and lighting and sound, my last few videos have been the best that I possibly get from an amateur's point of view. A lot of hard work goes into these channels. Not just me, everybody. Yet nobody seems to want to support this channel. So guys, please do click the like button. Please do click the subscribe button as well. And please do share this channel as well for that matter. Because at the end of the day, it's free. It's completely free. The only thing you're paying for is your internet to watch this. That's it. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking the same thing as me. All right, I might not be doing it in a tabloid style that the majority of other channels that talk about West Ham are doing it. But I know we're all talking the same thing. So guys, look after yourselves. Make sure you're subscribing, because the preview for Spurs will be going up tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. But in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves. Take care, and I'll see you soon. All the best now.